I'm Glenn Newman, retired Riverside Unit Chief, and this is Report on Conditions, or as we used to say, 952.
This week, we take you to several incidents that occurred throughout the county last week, including a structure fire. We also look back at our evolution as we mark and celebrate our 100th episode of Report on Conditions. Hi, I'm Maggie Klein De La Rosa. Thank you for joining CAL FIRE Riverside County Fire Department's Report on Conditions Special Edition 100th episode. Last week, from April 10th to April 16th, our firefighters responded to 3,710 calls for service, including 2,848 medical emergencies and 84 fire-related calls. Of the fire calls, 20 were vegetation fires and 10 were structure fires. Let's check out a few highlighted incidents from this past week. On Wednesday, April 12th, firefighters responded to reports of a paraglider that had crashed into a hillside in a remote area. Since vehicle access was impossible due to rugged and steep terrain, several firefighter crews hiked for approximately 1 hour to reach the victim's location. Once they made patient contact at 4,000 feet up the hill, firefighters determined the patient had major injuries and requested a helicopter to hoist the patient off the hillside. Due to the inclement weather, helicopters were not available, so firefighters used a rope rescue system to remove the victim from heavy brush, then secured the patient to a special wheeled gurney and were able to hike out. After several hours, the victim was transferred to a ground ambulance and taken to a local trauma center. On Friday, April 14th, firefighters responded to multiple reports of an RV on fire in the 33,800 block of Bonnie Lane in Wildomar. The first arriving engine company officer reported a large RV, 50% involved. After about 10 minutes, firefighters were able to contain the fire to the RV and were committed for 1 hour for overhaul and mop-up. There were no injuries reported. In the early morning hours of Sunday, April 16th, firefighters responded to multiple reports of a house on fire. The first arriving engine reported an attached garage fully involved with fire. Firefighters were able to keep the fire contained to the garage and from spreading into the structure, but 3 people were displaced and declined any assistance from the Red Cross. SoCal Edison responded to the scene to assist with shutting off power, and firefighters were on scene for several hours for heavy overhaul. No injuries were reported. Also on Sunday, April 16th, firefighters responded to multiple 911 calls reporting brush and palm trees on fire near the intersection of Grapefruit Boulevard and 4th Street in MECCA. Upon arrival, firefighters reported heavy brush burning at a moderate rate of spread, with an immediate threat to high-voltage power lines nearby. Union Pacific Railroad service in the area was slowed due to the proximity to the railroad tracks. Firefighters performed a firing operation and were able to contain the fire to approximately 1 acre with no damage to the power lines or the railroad, and they remained on scene for about 2 hours for heavy mop-up. No injuries were reported.
I got what it takes.
I've got what it takes.
I've got what it takes.
This spring, CAL FIRE recommends spending time outside preparing defensible space around your home. Remove hanging branches over your roof and near your home. Remove flammable items from around the home and under decks. Remove any dead vegetation on your property. Remove leaves and pine needles from gutters and traps. Prune plants and shrubs that are near windows. Cut grass to a maximum of 4 inches. Taking these defensible space steps will help make your home fire safe.
Hi, my name is Engineer Paramedic Daniel Kitt here at the San Jacinto Forest Fire Station, and this is Did You Know? We have an old state facility, which used to be the Forest Fire Station here in San Jacinto. I believe it's sometime in the early 1900s, maybe in the 1920s. Just tons of archives, old manuals, old policies, things that they used way back before any of our time. It's important to have a history so we don't forget where we came from, and we can introduce our younger, newer members to the traditions that we had in the past.
We are proud how far we've come on Report on Conditions and are thankful we get to share the amazing work our firefighters and support teams do day in and day out.
We started Report on Conditions to showcase operations and support functions for our department employees and came to see how much our awesome community appreciated being able to keep up with what we're up to.
It's important for us to showcase our citizens that we are here to serve, protect, and care for them.
Thank you for supporting us for the first 100, and we look forward to seeing you for the next 1,000.
Here's a little clip of some funniest bloopers over the last 100 episodes.
On behalf of your CAL FIRE Riverside County Fire Department Public Affairs and Community Education Bureau, I'm Jody Hageman.
I'm Richard Cordova.
Thanks for watching.
Find resources on CPR, including virtual training, at cpr.hort. CPR.hort.
Am I okay on? I can't see the monitors. Am I centered and everything?
Firefighters responded to a vehicle fire on the Pedley Road off-ramp of Pendley. I said Pendley. At cpr.hort. Why do I keep saying hort? Oh my gosh.
Confirmed a semi-tractor trailer. That's right? There's a semi-truck tractor trailer? Semi?
This week's shout out goes out to fire apparatus. Ooh. What can I talk?
You want to just say engineer?
No.
Did you happen to capture any pictures or videos of? Darn it. Sorry.
I'm the problem, it's me.
Get a hair in my eye. There. I just pulled it out.
I keep seeing like a hair out of my peripheral vision.
This week's shout out goes out to fire apparatus engineer. Come on, get together.
And we stopped by Ben Clark Training Center to see California's Fire Mechanics Academy in action. That was a little too over the top, but I'm gonna go with it.
Resources remained on scene for several hours to perform.
On Monday, March 6th, firefighters were called to a traffic collision near the. Hang on.
Hi, and thank.
Did you know that's a trick? If you smile, it helps you sound like happier.
Oh, let's do it with one you smiling then.
I was smiling.
I wasn't looking.
Avenue in the city of Coachella. The first arriving engine
Yeah, that was. No, I'm kidding.
Unfortunately, the structure. Unfortunate. You're making me laugh, man.
This week's shout out goes to fire apparatus.
You're good. Take your time. You don't need to read it so quick.
Okay.